For the third goddamn time, I'm rereading this script. Jesus. I just got back from seeing my biomom for the first time in months. I recently learned my former stepdad, who's now taking care of my mom due to her poor financial situation, is trans and is dating a trans woman who I got to meet for the first time today. Throughout the entire ordeal, my dad stayed back, not even interacting with my biomom or her companions. I knew why, but I decided to just ignore it. It became incredibly difficult to ignore it, however, when he got in the car and he immediately said the most disgusting thing I've ever heard him say, which is quite a feat considering he thinks that I'm going to be a pedophile for being trans. This is what he said while I was in the back seat of the car. All of these fucking trans people, that's what you should be scared about. Well, you should probably get used to it. Oh, wanna talk back? Hi, I'm Ember. Welcome to my second channel and my third consecutive emergency post, as I can't seem to catch a break for even a fucking day before something else fucking happens. Every week for the past 3 weeks, there's been some emergency post. This one's really fucking with me, so I'm gonna just say it. I'm just going to get it out there. Yeah. I have had to re-say the script like 3 times already. But hopefully this is the last time. I hope you guys can find a little entertainment in my venting. He would follow this statement up by telling me that all trans people should be eradicated and that I'm disgusting. Not only is this incredibly rude, but I could feel the venom in every single word. And when he said the last part, I could feel a twinge of a threat in his tone. He really has shown that he's a terrible person, telling his own kid that she should be eradicated. Why? Because he believes it's unnatural. And to make things worse, later in the car ride, he told me that I would get kicked out immediately if I have any arguments with him, period. Not only is he now threatening me, as I talked about in one of the more recent videos on the second channel, but this just infuriates me. Not only is he threatening me, he's telling me that I should be eradicated, then using the fact that I have nowhere left to go to leverage authority. I would have probably slapped him across the face, then and there, if I was closer to my move-out date. He doesn't understand basic empathy, clings to a false authority, which only exists because of his scare tactics used to force obedience, and he treats both of his kids like shit. He's borderline abusive. Maybe not in the physical sense, though he has threatened to hit me multiple times. And on top of everything, I only just managed to convince him to extend my stay until July 25th, so that I have some time to make money before I end up having to leave to Tennessee, and I need to be able to pay my half of the rent. He's a coward, and I can't even be my usual self around him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's using my trauma from men in the past as a way to force my obedience. As he's shown in the past, he's not afraid to leverage his man of the house role in order to make me listen to his hollow and ignorant words. Things are probably going to get worse from here on. I have to keep cool, avoid pissing him off, and do every single chore he tells me to do immediately, which makes streaming and content creation extremely hard, as well as, other basic things. And I know he's going to use this to get me to do chores that are not mine, just to spite me, because I don't know, he just hates me or something. I'm upset and honestly not sure if I can keep ignoring him like this. If I demand respect, he'll either use it as an excuse to kick me out early or give me a lecture on how I've never treated him with respect, so why should he treat me with respect? When both him and my mom know in the back of their minds why I refuse to treat them with respect. I've been trans for almost 5 years, and I've never expected him to treat his own kid like this. You're a grown fucking man and fucking act like it. What do you mean you want to eradicate your own fucking daughter? The worst part is that he would probably be unable to give me a real reason other than it's unnatural. The craziest part is he's 100% fine with everything else, gay, lesbian, and bi, but he draws the line at trans people. Why is it any different? How in the fuck is that so much different from the other stuff? He's terrible at arguing, opting to just interrupt me instead of presenting even close to a usable argument with evidence and sources to back it up. How the fuck are you this dumb, yet you can fucking code? It seems that's where all the brain cells went to, I'll be 100% honest with you. You'd think this guy has enough common sense to fucking connect the dots, and then he can't even set a basic firewall to prevent me from talking to my friends on an Android phone, specifically built with a custom Android version and everything to prevent me from getting access to the internet. God, can you be even half of a decent fucking person for once and treat me like your kid instead of a problem to get rid of or solve? Is that actually so damn hard? He blames me for him and my mom's divorce, when me and him both know it was because he has no basic maturity and refuses to fucking grow up and stop treating me with violence, or threatening me with violence, or at least from what I gathered using basic context clues, he refuses to acknowledge because it paints him as a terrible person. Stuttering now, bro. He wasn't like this during the honeymoon phase when me and my sister first moved in with him. But after the porn addiction first manifested, something caused by negligent adults in my younger years, as well as a pedophile who groomed me from the age of 8, he began treating me differently. He started constantly checking every device I own, nearly every single day, not even letting me communicate with my friends from school on it. He once pinned me to the bed to pry a school laptop out of my hands because I refused to give it to him. Tired of being unable to talk to my friends and being alone in my room constantly because I didn't want to leave my room. You know, I hated them at the time. I see someone I met online as more of a parental figure than I see them. I've embraced some people online who are older than me as more parental figures than my actual parents. Especially in my dad's case, because he's repeatedly treated me like shit and made me feel almost like an inmate in a prison. He'll use the fact that Discord was a non-negotiable and that he bought me an Xbox as a reason for why I have to give him respect. He doesn't respect me, my basic human rights, and most importantly, my privacy. None of my friends are as disgustingly anti-privacy as my dad, who takes the liberty of going through my devices at any chance he gets, even attempting to look through my phone after I turned 18, which is creepy. Honestly, a bit scared to read out this script in case he walks by while I'm reading it, because he said any conflict could get me kicked out, but I have to get this out there, or I'll absolutely go insane. I'm not sure if I can keep going in this for the next 2 months, but I have no choice, and I need this extra time. I apologize for all the venting videos. It just feels good to get this stuff out to people who can hear my words, whether they agree with them or not. I promise I'm working on the AI bubble video. It'll probably be done next week or the week after, but I have a lot of stuff going on right now, as you heard earlier, and I'm on thin ice. If even one thing goes bad, I'm fucked. Please have a good bye and be safe. What? Oh my god. Please have a good day and be safe, everyone. Bye.